distant land. I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil. But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me.
Think of the greatest warriors in history, and your mind will surely collect images of samurai. Armed with razor-sharp swords, disciplined minds, and unbeatable spirits, these soldiers were known to be some of the fiercest fighters in the world. But there's one samurai who stands out above the rest, not just for his incredible skill in battle, but for his journey to reclaim his rightful place in time. Hello and welcome back to Cartoon Panda, where we travel back in time and peek into our favorite cartoons. Today, we're here with Samurai Jack. It is an American animated action-adventure dystopian television series, originally airing for 4 seasons with 13 episodes each. This series was broadcast from August 10, 2001 to September 25, 2004. However, it left fans hanging as it didn't conclude the overarching story. After a gap of 12 years, Samurai Jack bounced back on screen. The reviving 5th season brought a darker, more mature narrative, finally providing a conclusion to Jack's epic journey. Now, let's get some context. The series is about the epic journey of a young prince from feudal Japan. Granted a magical katana by the gods, the prince's father uses it to imprison the demonic Aku. When Aku escapes and seizes power, the prince, now a samurai, is sent away to train and return with the magic sword. Upon his return, he nearly defeats Aku, but the demon cast a time travel curse, sending the samurai into a dystopian future. Season 1, Episode 1, Samurai Jack, the premiere movie. The first episode is divided into 3 parts. It begins with a solar eclipse that awakens a dark figure known as Aku. What a way to start the series. Meanwhile, the Emperor recounts how he once fought and temporarily defeated Aku using a magical sword to his son. However, his victory is short-lived as Aku breaks free, leading to a conflict that results in the Emperor's capture and the prince's banishment to various cultures to train and grow. In the second part, the prince, now a skilled warrior, reunites with his mother and inherits his father's magical sword. Returning home, he finds his kingdom in ruin, his people enslaved, and his father tormented by Aku's minions. After liberating his father, the prince goes to destroy Aku. What else would you do to a demon who destroys most of the planet? The battle between the prince and Aku results in Aku's temporary defeat, but not before he casts the prince into the future, where Aku rules with an iron fist. Season 1, Episode 8, Jack vs. Mad Jack. The following episode initiates in a bar bustling with alien bounty hunters, where Jack requests a pot of tea. Recognized by a bounty hunter, Jack becomes the target due to Aku's hefty reward for his death. Despite his reluctance to engage in battle, Jack is provoked into a fight, emerging victorious. However, more bounty hunters lie await outside the bar and in a nearby forest, compelling Jack to continue to fight. Watching the combat from afar, Aku contemplates the potential fighting style that can defeat Jack. In the forest, an angered Jack defeats the leftover bounty hunters. His moment of peace is short-lived due to his sandal strap breaking, which triggers an intense outburst. This rage, combined with Aku's dark sorcery, brings about Mad Jack, a being that contains Jack's negative feelings. Luckily, Jack confronts his dark counterpart, Mad Jack, in a battle that sparks a forest fire. During the chaos, Jack realizes that his own anger empowers Mad Jack. Choosing to withdraw and control his rage, Jack extinguishes the fire and denies Mad Jack's existence. Despite Mad Jack's last-ditch attack, Jack seals him away through meditation, symbolizing his victory over his own inner turmoil. What a struggle. As Jack departs, he addresses the distant Aku, voicing his growing irritation with Aku's tricks. Season 2, Episode 8, Jack and the Dragon. In this episode, Jack's peaceful spearfishing in a forest is interrupted by a stampede of panicking animals and decaying marine life. Investigating the cause, he reaches a village plagued by sinister foul odor, decaying crops, and causing distress to villagers. An encounter with a noiseless scissorsmith and his talkative bird reveal the source of the stench. A dragon dragon residing in a spire to the east. Jack climbs a tall tower and finds a troubled dragon at the top. The dragon smells bad because it has tummy troubles caused by a baby dragon inside it. The baby dragon is setting fire to an organ inside the grown-up dragon. Jack helps the baby dragon get out, and this stops the smell. Finally. The villagers are happy while the baby dragon keeps breathing fire excitedly. After a successful heroic attempt, Jack spends the rest of the day thinking about the crazy things that have happened. Season 3, Episode 1, Chicken Jack. The following episode takes Jack on an exciting adventure in the city, where a temperamental wizard known for transforming people into chicken holds sway. As Jack finishes his chicken soup, he accidentally bumps into the wizard and finds himself transformed into a chicken. Unaware of this new form, Jack soon discovers his predicament when he sees his reflection. Unable to confront the wizard, Jack ends up being captured by the Cacciatore, the head of an underground animal fighting club. While Chicken Jack finds himself having to fight various creatures, such as beetlebots and an enormous rat, he manages to win every time. This makes him the star of the underground club. Because of Jack's victories, Cacciatore, the club's boss, starts to live a fancy and lavish life. But then something unexpected happens. Cacciatore comes across the wizard and suddenly turns himself into a chicken, just like Jack. The magic blast hits Jack and turns him back into a human. This leaves Cacciatore surprised and clucking like a chicken. Later at the food stall, the seller asks Jack if he wants chicken again. Jack, feeling disgusted, says no and chooses to have shrimp instead. Season 3, Episode 4, Jack and the Zombies. The episode starts with Jack walking as Aku watches from his tower, wondering why the samurai remains undefeated. At the crossroads, Jack throws a stick to decide his path, which Aku cunningly manipulates, leading Jack into a cemetery. Here, Aku uses necromancy to summon zombie warriors. Despite Jack's initial victory, the warriors reemerge, followed by a ghostly hag attempting to seize his soul. During this chaos, Jack's sword flies into Aku's possession. With his sword in the hands of his nemesis, Jack flees, dodging Aku's attacks while fighting back with a zombie sword. This is what we call Samurai Jack action. During the chase, Aku morphs into various forms, including a scorpion, a Chinese dragon, and a mass of dark tentacles. Jack manages to hide, but Aku, claiming to smell his blood, captures him. As Aku prepares for the final blow, the sword unexpectedly bounces off of Jack's skin. Jack seizes this chance to reclaim his sword and attack Aku, cleaving him in half. Aku, reduced to a tiny mouse, scurries away, swearing revenge. Jack continues his journey as the sun rises, leaving the cemetery behind. Season 4, Episode 3, Samurai vs. Samurai Summary. In this episode, Jack's tea time at a bamboo tavern is interrupted by the samurai, a loud and disrespectful braggart. The samurai wreaks havoc by starting a fight with robot guards, which he easily overcomes. Jack's quiet presence attracts the attention of 3 bounty hunter androids. Jack quickly demolishes these robots. Shocked, the samurai challenges Jack to a duel, which Jack accepts only after his tea is disrespected. The stage for the duel is in the rain. They fight with bamboo sticks, as Jack refuses to use his real blade against such an unworthy opponent. What a disrespect. Jack teaches the samurai valuable lessons with every move, but the braggart's arrogance prevents him from learning. After a series of failed attacks from the samurai, Jack lands a few blows, disrobing the samurai and showing his fake muscular chest, revealing his true large stomach. Just as the samurai readies to use his sword, they are ambushed by an army of Aku's assassin droids. While Jack fights valiantly, the samurai cowers, but eventually saves Jack from a laser blast, finally showing some honor. After Jack destroys the monstrous fusion of the droids, the samurai is humbled and starts following Jack, hoping to learn the way of the samurai. Season 5, Episode 10, CI. This is the final episode of the series. Jack's allies witness a coup broadcast announcing his plan to execute Jack live on television. However, as Ashi, under Aku's control, moves to kill Jack, his allies break into Aku's lair, initiating a clash. Jack narrowly manages to escape, only to be ambushed by Ashi again. Meanwhile, Aku laughs of the attacks, transforming the blind archers on Wooly into small versions of himself. The Scotsman and his daughter join the battle, proving much needed help. Despite being swallowed by Ashi, Jack manages to awaken her from Aku's control by confessing his love for her. That's the power of love. Ashi, realizing she has Aku's powers, retrieves Jack's sword and time travels with Jack to the past, to the moment when Aku had first sent Jack to the future. In the past, Jack finally destroys Aku, erasing his future existence. However, this means Ashi, being a part of Aku, fades away, leaving Jack in the world free from tyranny of Aku. Despite his sadness over Ashi passing, Jack finds hope in the future, knowing he managed to save the universe from Aku's reign. So, this was everything about the Samurai Jack series. This animated masterpiece is not just a story of good versus evil, but also explores the themes of love, loss, and sacrifice. The beautiful blend of action, adventure, and humor makes it a must-watch for all ages. Let us know in the comments which series you want us to cover next. Till then, goodbye.